But you said, nah, this need to be you.
That's who you are.
Yeah.
Come on, Slime.
You laugh like that?
Nah, not like that, Slime. Come on. I ain't
By the way, the NORE
They confirmed Havoc said Prodigy was gay. Talk about that.
I have no idea if he is. I'd be like,
said N.O.R.E. somebody.
No, he didn't mind that. He didn't mind that.
N.O.R.E. my mistake.
N.O.R.E. was like, how come I tell people that when no one cares, but when Prodigy says it.
What do you mean, how you a mistake?
Capone just lit a fire under old-school rap beef history. And what he said got people side-eyeing N.O.R.E. like never before. He's finally revealing what really went down between N.O.R.E. and Prodigy. And now folks are wondering, was N.O.R.E. just caught in the drama? Or was he in on a deeper play to bring Prodigy down? For years, the tension between Prodigy and Capone and Noreaga was chalked up to street whispers, jail gossip, and typical rap beef smoke.
Saying, yo, Prodigy doesn't want to be a part of the record anymore. So we left Prodigy on the hook. We took his...
But Capone's new comments got fans connecting dots like detectives. And now some are saying N.O.R.E. might have actually helped set up Prodigy's fall from grace. So what did Capone really spill? What was N.O.R.E.'s actual beef with Prodigy? And could he have been tied to that long-rumored industry push to silence Prodigy for good? To make sense of it all, you gotta rewind to the late 90s and early 2000s, when Mobb Deep and CNN were both repping Queens hard. These weren't no studio-made acts. They were street-certified, respected, and feared. Prodigy and N.O.R.E.? They weren't exactly tight, but they shared stages, did a few tracks, and had hella mutual ties. On the surface, it looked like respect. But behind the scenes, things might have been way more twisted than fans ever imagined. But everything flipped once 2011 hit. And that's when it exploded. Prodigy dropped his autobiography, My Infamous Life, and the rap world didn't know what hit it. That book didn't hold back. He named names, aired dirty laundry, and one of the names that jumped off the page: Capone. Prodigy claimed Capone testified in a case connected to Havoc's brother, Killer Black. And whether it was facts or not, just putting that type of accusation in black and white, that's straight-up warfare in the streets and in hip-hop. Capone snapped back in interviews. He was livid, daring Prodigy to say it to his face and call him a snitch publicly. But the fans? They weren't backing down either. People were pressing Capone, asking why he'd even take the stand at all if he wasn't directly involved. That whole move had folks raising eyebrows real high.
No. I gotta say that. I gotta say that. Because Marley wasn't privileged. Marley put...
Then N.O.R.E. jumped into the mess too, siding with Charlemagne, who accused Prodigy of dry snitching. N.O.R.E. even said, "I like the way you put it," co-signing the take like he was ready to double down. But eventually the tension cooled off, at least online. Prodigy took to social media to clear the rumors and put out the fire, writing, "I don't know why people are saying I beat N.O.R.E. up. Ha! That's not what my book says, and that's not what happened. Read before you speak." Even with that post, though, some fans still weren't buying the piece. But here's where it gets even messier, because Capone didn't just let that book slide. He claimed Prodigy knew the truth and still went ahead with the accusation. And that's when folks started speculating. Was Prodigy purposely setting Capone up to take heat for something deeper? Capone said in an interview that the whole situation felt like a setup, that Prodigy intentionally included that snitch claim to stir the pot. And after that, the streets got loud. People started whispering that maybe Prodigy had a score to settle, not just with Capone, but with everyone he thought played a role in trying to silence him. Now here's where N.O.R.E. gets pulled deeper into the mess.
Everything from his point of view.
He did a lot of dry snitching, though.
From everything that happened.
He talked about people getting shot, people shooting,
Yeah, he
people
definitely
fighting.
did.
He said it, and you, I like the way you put it, you dry snitch ass. I like the way you...
Some fans are pointing out that N.O.R.E. didn't just agree with Charlemagne. He kept pushing the whole Prodigy snitched angle even after the dust started to settle. Almost like he wanted that rumor to stick. And the industry? real quiet. Nobody stepped in to shut it down. Nobody tried to bring them together off camera. Which got people asking, did someone want this beef to keep going? Because let's be real, when two Queens legends start turning on each other like this, somebody benefits from the distraction. But who was really pulling strings behind the scenes? And just when people thought it couldn't go any deeper, bam! More layers started unfolding. Capone hinted that the fallout with Prodigy wasn't just personal, it was political. He claimed there were bigger forces at play, like people in the industry feeding the beef, letting the chaos brew while quietly pushing agendas behind the scenes. He even suggested that Prodigy's boldness, naming names, speaking on street politics, calling out the system, put a target on his back. And once that book dropped, it was open season. Suddenly, everyone was talking about who really benefited from Prodigy being seen as untrustworthy. Because once you slap that snitch label on a rapper, especially one with Prodigy's legacy, that's career-ending damage in some circles. Capone made it clear, somebody wanted that image stuck to him. And while all this was happening, N.O.R.E. wasn't exactly playing neutral. He kept the energy going, adding fuel without ever fully clearing things up. Fans started asking, was N.O.R.E. just defending his friend? Or was he part of something way more calculated? It's no secret. The music industry's got a long history of divide and conquer. And with Capone opening up now, it's clear this wasn't just rap beef. It was something that might have been orchestrated from the shadows. And here's the wildest part. Capone claims that the moment Prodigy started exposing too much truth, the energy around him completely shifted.
So then he put out a statement. Just getting back into New York after my Easter weekend with family and friends in Jersey. I left my phone at a gas station yesterday evening while on my way to Jersey after a glorious Knicks game. To all Mobb Deep fans, it's business as usual. It's Mobb Deep all day. My Twitter account at The Real Havoc will be down until further notice. The only other real account is at Prodigy Mobb Deep. Ignore the rest. One.
So he talked all this tough talk on Twitter only to say that his phone got stolen at a gas station and somebody else was tweeting it. But when you look at the tweets, he was actually tweeting from the web, not even mobile web, just from the web. So even if your phone got stolen, it don't matter because you was tweeting from the web.
He wasn't just beefing with rappers anymore. He was getting iced out by people in power. Studio doors started closing. Collaborations got canceled. Promoters stopped calling. It's like the industry had silently decided Prodigy was a problem. Capone didn't name drop any execs, but he heavily implied that folks in high places wanted Prodigy shut down. Not with diss tracks, but with silence. By taking away the microphone. And if that's true, that means this whole fallout between Queens legends wasn't just some petty ego war, it was strategic. Fans now believe N.O.R.E. might have been used as a mouthpiece to push the agenda, not even realizing it, or maybe knowing exactly what he was doing. Either way, people are revisiting old interviews, old tweets, old lyrics, looking for clues. And what's crazy is, the more you dig, the more shady stuff you find. It's not just one moment, it's a pattern. Every time Prodigy got loud about real issues, corruption, betrayal, backdoor deals, something always happened to block his momentum. So was this really just rap beef? Or was Prodigy getting blackballed for telling the truth too loud, too early? Now let's talk legacy. Because after all the smoke, the silence, and the industry shade, Prodigy never stopped talking. He kept dropping music, kept calling things out, and stayed true to what he believed, even when it cost him everything. And now? Capone's the one pulling back the curtain years later. Maybe it's guilt. Maybe it's clarity. But either way, he's confirming that what went down was way deeper than rap. Capone admitted that he regrets how it all unfolded, said the book made him feel violated. But in hindsight, maybe Prodigy wasn't trying to destroy him. Maybe he was just tired of playing by industry rules. Tired of the fake love. Tired of keeping secrets that protected everyone but him. And the fans, they're torn. Some still feel Capone got done dirty. Others think Prodigy was a whistleblower in a dirty game, and he paid the price for not staying quiet.
But you said, nah, this need to be you.
That's who you are.
Yeah.
Come on, Slime.
You half like that?
Nah, not like that, Slime. Come on. I ain't
As for NORE, he's been real low-key about it all lately. No big statements, no revisiting the drama, just quiet moves and podcast vibes. But people haven't forgotten. Because now that more of the truth is coming out, the real question is, who else knew? And why did so many people stay quiet when they knew Prodigy was getting set up? Prodigy kept it 100, saying, "I never said we won or lost in that confrontation either. It happened, and I told the story." That's what autobiographies are about. Real life. NORE hit back with a chill response. "My ninja." And for a second, it looked like the beef was dead and buried. But by 2012, it exploded all over again. That's when Havoc jumped on Twitter and went nuclear, accusing Prodigy of being gay and claiming he was writing love letters to men while locked up. Havoc tweeted wild stuff like, "I got ninjas in the jail system to back up that Prodigy was smashing homies in jail. Prodigy, prove me wrong, please." Then he added, "I had to smack ask him. Let's do it one-on-one." And he didn't stop there. He dragged Prodigy's name through the mud, called him a Long Island B, and even tried to question his Queensbridge rep. But then, plot twist, Havoc dropped a statement saying he didn't post any of that and claimed his phone had been stolen. Real convenient, huh? But here's where it gets messy for real. An audio clip leaked, and it was clearly Havoc's voice, repeating those same accusations and even admitting he smacked Prodigy. So the stolen phone excuse? Straight up cap. And guess who jumped into the mess? NORE. He backed the audio, confirmed that it was Havoc's voice, and just when you thought he'd stop there, he threw more shade at Prodigy, hinting that the cat's gonna be let out of the bag soon. So now fans are like, was NORE low-key waiting to air something out too? But then NORE started backpedaling.
They confirmed Havoc said Prodigy was gay. Talk about that.
I have no idea if he is.
He tried to play it off, saying he was just messing around. And when folks pressed him on whether he believed Havoc's claims about Prodigy's sexuality, NORE didn't give a straight yes or no. He just said, "Ask Havoc." Real slick, right? But by that point, the internet had already lost its mind. The rumor mill was on fire. Some fans thought the whole thing was just a clout move, especially since Prodigy himself later admitted they milked the drama for attention. But others? They felt it was way deeper, like some real personal tension was being masked as rap beef. And now, things are getting icy between Capone and NORE too. Word on the street is Capone's been distancing himself, not checking in like he used to. People close to the camp say he's not feeling how NORE's been moving lately, and especially the type of industry folks NORE stays around. But here's where it gets wild. Let's not forget, Prodigy always spoke out about the industry. He called out everything. The labels, the government, the prison system, even secret societies. Dude was naming names and pulling no punches. He said there were powerful people in music doing dark, twisted stuff behind the scenes. And he wasn't scared to die for exposing it. So now fans are wondering, was Prodigy silenced? And is Capone finally waking up to how real all this might have been? Then came 2017, the moment everything turned eerie. Prodigy was suddenly gone, allegedly choking on an egg while lying in a hospital bed. But here's the part that had fans freaked out. He was reportedly in the middle of working on a musical about the Illuminati when he died. Yeah, you read that right. Naturally, the internet didn't buy the official story. Too random, too clean, too convenient. And when folks started asking questions, NORE was quick to shut it all down.
Said N.O.R.E. somebody.
No, he didn't mind that. He didn't mind that.
N.O.R.E. my mistake.
N.O.R.E. was like, how come I tell people that when no one cares, but when Prodigy says it.
What you mean, how you a mistake?
In a recent interview with Havoc, he called it a straight-up conspiracy theory, and even tried to get Havoc to agree that it was all just wild talk. But not everyone's buying that cool, dismissive energy. Some believe NORE was playing defense, trying to protect his standing in the industry. Others think it was straight-up damage control, because maybe he knew something. Or worse, maybe he helped push the narrative that made Prodigy look crazy, right when he needed support the most. And if NORE was really just joking when he co-signed those wild rumors about Prodigy being gay, why did he keep dragging Prodigy's name through the dirt after their beef was supposedly squashed? Now, with Capone allegedly stepping back and keeping his distance from NORE, people are starting to connect dots. Maybe Capone knows more than he's letting on, and this is his quiet way of washing his hands clean. Because this ain't just about some old-school rap tension anymore. The deeper you dig, the darker it gets. In a twisted industry like this, it's always the ones who stay silent, fall in line, and play the game who keep climbing to the top. While the truth tellers, they get buried. But the ones who speak out, the ones who push back on the machine like Prodigy, they either get blackballed or they vanish. And now people are saying it's no coincidence that Prodigy died the way he did, under those sketchy random circumstances, while others, like N.O.R.E, ended up with cushy corporate deals on platforms like Diddy's Revolt. So now the real question is, did N.O.R.E make it to the top because he sold out? Was he rewarded for staying in line? Or worse, for helping silence someone who refused to? Was he compromised? And when you really look at how he treated Prodigy, was it just jokes? Or was there something way darker under the surface?
They confirmed Havoc said Prodigy was gay. Talk about that.
I have no idea if he is. You have
Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this story runs deep. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you're rocking with this breakdown. And trust, the next video, we're going even deeper. I'll see you there.